and that was produced by Steve Hillage, the guitar player from Gong in the 70s. And Steve Hillage went on to be a fairly good producer for many groups. And that album, Once Around the World, was more traditionally progressive. There was a couple longer songs. One was about in the 8-minute range, Old Man and the Angel, and then they had like a 15-minute epic, the title track. And that's a really good album. It's similar to the first. Production is a little less glossy, and most fans consider that to probably be their favorite album. Yeah, it's really good. Also, still a lot of pop element in the music, which is nice. And then in 1989, they came out with Eat Me in St. Louis, and that was they had a cover. The cover artist was Roger Dean of Yes and Asia fame, and they were starting to make strides towards America. They were signed in America, I think, on Geffen, but Geffen fucked up everything and instead changed around the track listing on the album, removing tracks, putting tracks from the early albums onto the new one, totally rejiggering the thing, fucking it up just like, most record companies tend to do. And so they never made it in America, whatever. So to get the actual real track listing for that album and Once Around the World, you have to seek out the import versions. So there you go. And yeah, Eat Me in St. Louis had much more hard rock sound. There was some slight metallic tendencies getting into the music, and especially the vocals. Vocals were raunchier, more abrasive. It was kind of like, yeah, pop metal. And there was still the progressive tendencies, though. And I remember listening to a sample of Eat Me probably like 10 years ago or something like that, and I remember not liking it when I heard the samples back then. But since that time, my musical tastes have broadened, and I appreciate it now. So yeah, it's there is still a fair amount of ballads and stuff on the album, but yeah, it's a hard rock record. And again, I would say there's similarities to Faith No More, even on that. I would say even someone who's a fan of the Red Hot Chili Peppers might like Eat Me in St. Louis. Especially like if they liked Mother's Milk.